It's 3 p.m. Lunch feels like a distant memory, and the promise of dinner is still hours away. A familiar feeling starts to creep in. It's a slump in your energy. The words on the page in front of you might start to blur. Your focus begins to drift. And then a craving kicks in. It starts as a quiet whisper from the back of your brain. I need ... something. Your brain, seeking a quick fix, starts to bargain with you. Just one cookie, it says. Just a small handful of those salty crackers. You've been so good all day. You deserve a little treat. I want you to know that this is not a failure of willpower. It is a biological reality. For many people, this mid-afternoon dip is a natural part of our circadian rhythm. When our cortisol levels begin to fall and the energy from our lunch starts to wane. It's a legitimate signal from our body asking for more fuel. The crucial question is, what kind of fuel will we choose? For decades, we've been told that snacking is a bad habit, a dietary sign that leads to weight gain and spoils your appetite for dinner. But is that really true? Let's get into the lab for a moment. The problem isn't the act of snacking itself, the intelligent act of refueling your body between larger meals. The problem is that the modern food industry has hijacked the word snack. They have flooded our supermarket shelves with products they call snack foods. These aren't foods. They are scientifically engineered products, created in labs by food scientists to find what they call the bliss point, the perfect, irresistible combination of salt, fat, and sugar that overrides your body's natural "I'm full" signals and keeps you coming back for more. They are designed to be hyper-palatable. They're often made with refined carbohydrates that cause a quick spike in your blood sugar, giving you a momentary rush of energy. But that rush is inevitably followed by an even bigger crash, leaving you more tired, foggy, and craving even more an hour later. It's a vicious cycle, meticulously designed to sell more products, not to support your long-term health. So today, we're staging a rebellion, a snacking revolution. What if we could reclaim snacking? What if, instead of being a dietary pitfall, your snacks could become a powerful, strategic tool to help you reach your D.A.S.H diet goals, provide steady energy, and prevent overeating at your main meals? Think of your body's energy like a fireplace. A processed snack food, like a handful of chips or a cupcake, is like throwing a piece of wadded-up newspaper on the fire. You get a big, bright, intense flare-up for a minute, but then it quickly burns out, leaving you with nothing but ash and a need for more fuel. A strategic, healthy snack, on the other hand, is like placing a solid piece of seasoned oak on the fire. It doesn't flare up as dramatically, but it provides a slow, steady, consistent burn that keeps you warm and energized for hours. This was the exact shift our friend Susan made. She used to be a classic grazer, a few crackers here, a small cookie there throughout the afternoon. She never felt truly satisfied and couldn't understand why she was still so tired and foggy-brained by 4 p.m. When she learned to swap those for a strategic snack like a handful of almonds and a few dates, she was shocked. She could suddenly sail through the afternoon with clear focus and stable energy. That is the transformation we're talking about today. In today's deep dive, we're going to give you a complete guide to smart, strategic snacking. First, we'll enter the lab to learn the anatomy of a perfect D.A.S.H snack. This is the simple formula you can use forever to build satisfying snacks that work for your body. Then, we'll reveal our Snackpedia, a visual feast of over 20 delicious, easy, and satisfying ideas categorized by what you need most. And finally, we'll become behavioral scientists, learning 3 crucial strategies to engineer your home environment for automatic success. Because willpower is a finite muscle, but a good system lasts a lifetime. You'll never look at that 3 p.m. slump the same way again. Let's get started. Before we dive into our long list of delicious snack ideas, we need to spend a few minutes right here in the lab. Because understanding this next principle is the single most important key to unlocking snacking success. It's the difference between temporarily following a list and permanently changing your relationship with food for the better. This is the why behind the what. So what truly separates a snack that leaves you satisfied and energized from one that leaves you wanting more just 30 minutes later? I'm holding two classic snacks right here. In this hand, a few low-fat refined crackers. In this hand, a fresh apple with a tablespoon of unsalted almond butter. Both seem like reasonable choices, right? But one of these is a complete snacking system, while the other is destined to fail. The secret isn't just in the food itself, but in how we combine foods. It comes down to a simple, powerful rule I call the power pairing rule. The power pairing rule states that the most effective, satisfying, and blood sugar stabilizing snacks combine two different types of macronutrients, a high-fiber carbohydrate plus a source of healthy protein or fat. Let's break down the science of why this combination is pure magic for your body. First, let's talk about the high-fiber carbohydrate or apple. Carbohydrates are your body's preferred source of quick energy. But not all carbs are created equal. The simple carbs in that cookie or the white crackers are like newspaper on a fire. They burn hot and fast, giving you a quick spike of blood sugar and a rush of energy, which is always followed by a crash. But the complex carbohydrates and, crucially, the fiber in an apple, whole wheat crackers, or carrots are like a solid log of oak. The fiber slows down the digestion of the natural sugar in the food. This leads to a much slower, steadier release of energy into your bloodstream. There's no dramatic spike and therefore no dramatic crash. But fiber alone isn't enough to keep you truly full for a long time. That's where the second half of our power pair comes in. Let's add our protein and healthy fat, in this case, the almond butter. Protein is the undisputed superstar of satiety, the feeling of fullness. When you eat protein, it triggers the release of hormones in your gut, like peptide Y and cholecystokin, that send a direct signal to your brain saying, "Hey, we're full down here." You can turn off the hunger signals for seniors. Adequate protein is also critical for maintaining muscle mass and strength, which is the key to staying active and independent. And what about the healthy fats in the almond butter? Fat has a powerful mechanical effect on satiety. It dramatically slows down the rate at which your stomach empties its contents into the small intestine. Think of your stomach like a sink. If you pour just carbohydrates into it, the drain is wide open, and they process through relatively quickly. But when you add fat, it's like partially closing the drain. Everything stays in your stomach for longer, meaning you feel genuinely, physically full for a much longer period. This prevents that frustrating feeling of, "I just ate, why am I hungry again?" So now let's put our power pairing together. An apple by itself is good, but it's mostly carbohydrates and fiber. You might feel hungry again in an hour or so. But when you pair that apple's fiber and steady release, energy with the muscle-supporting protein, and the stomach-slowing healthy fats from the almond butter, you have created a nutritional masterpiece. You've created a snack that stabilizes your blood sugar, turns off your brain's hunger signals, and keeps you physically full for hours. This is why Susan's old snack of a few low-fat crackers, a simple carb by itself, left her feeling unsatisfied and reaching for more, while an apple with a handful of almonds, a perfect power pair, kept her energized all afternoon. She wasn't eating more food. She was eating smarter food. And this brings us to the golden rule of D.A.S.H snacking. The power pairing is our offensive strategy, but we always need a good defense. For any packaged component of your snack, be it crackers, hummus, cheese, or nut butter, the number one rule is always to turn over the package and check the label for sodium. I want to give you a homework assignment. The next time you're in the grocery store, do this experiment. Pick up a jar of a major national brand of peanut butter and look at the sodium. Then, find a brand where the only ingredients are peanuts or peanuts and salt and compare. The difference will be astounding. This simple habit of checking the sodium on packaged goods is non-negotiable for a truly heart-healthy snack. Now that you have the master key, let's unlock the door to our Snackpedia. Alright, with the power pairing rule locked in our minds, let's open up the Snackpedia. The beauty of smart snacking is its variety. Your needs at 10 a.m. after a walk might be different from your needs at 3 p.m. during an energy slump. So we've categorized these ideas to help you choose the right snack for the right moment. We'll explore over 20 delicious ideas, and for many of them, we'll do a quick lab analysis to see why they are so effective. Category 1. The fiber fill-ups. These are your heavy hitters. These are for when you're genuinely hungry and need a snack that will truly satisfy you and keep you full until your next meal. The star player here is fiber, our secret weapon for long-lasting fullness. Snack number 1. Apple slices with unsalted almond butter. This is the quintessential power pairing we've discussed. It's crunchy, creamy, sweet, and salty. It hits all the satisfying notes. Snack number 2. Baby carrots or celery sticks with hummus. The raw vegetables give you that satisfying crunch, vitamins, and potassium. And our protein and healthy fat source is the hummus. Made from chickpeas, hummus is a fantastic source of plant-based protein and even more fiber. A warning about store-bought hummus: it can be a hidden sodium bomb. Look for brands specifically labeled low sodium, or even better, try making your own at home. Snack number 3. A pear with a stick of low-fat cheese. Pears are another wonderful source of soluble fiber. Paired with the protein from a low-fat mozzarella string cheese or a small slice of Swiss, this is a classic sweet and savory combination that really works. Snack number 4. Low-sodium whole wheat crackers with mashed avocado. Here your cracker is the fiber carb, and the avocado delivers incredible heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and potassium. Snack number 5. A small bowl of oatmeal. That's right, oatmeal isn't just for breakfast. A small half-cup portion can be a wonderfully warm and filling snack, especially on a cold afternoon. Just remember to make it with plain rolled oats, not the sugary packets. Category 2. The protein power-ups. These snacks are for when you need serious staying power. They are perfect for after physical activity to help repair muscles, or for when you know dinner is going to be late. Snack number 6. The hard-boiled egg. I consider the hard-boiled egg to be nature's perfect portable snack. For about 70 calories, you get 6 grams of high-quality protein. It's also one of the few natural sources of vitamin D and contains choline, which is crucial for brain health. David found that one hard-boiled egg an hour before his afternoon golf game gave him the perfect amount of steady energy to play all 9 holes without feeling hungry. Snack number 7. A small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with berries. Greek yogurt is a protein superstar. It's strained, which removes much of the liquid whey, resulting in a thicker yogurt with nearly double the protein of regular yogurt. This protein is incredibly satiating. Always choose plain Greek yogurt to avoid the mountain of added sugars and flavored versions, and then add your own fresh or frozen berries for natural sweetness and fiber. Snack number 8. A handful of unsalted nuts. A small, portion-controlled handful, about 1/4 cup of unsalted almonds or walnuts, is a fantastic source of protein, healthy fats, and magnesium. The key here is portion-controlled. It's easy to overeat nuts, so I highly recommend pre-portioning them into small bags for the week. Snack number 9. A bowl of steamed edamame. Edamame are young soybeans, and they are a plant-based protein powerhouse. Snack number 10. Low-sodium cottage cheese with cherry tomatoes. Cottage cheese is another protein-packed dairy option. It can be very high in sodium, so you must look for a brand labeled low sodium or no salt added. Paired with the sweetness and lycopene from cherry tomatoes, it's a refreshing and filling snack. Category 3. Quick and convenient. Life gets busy. These are your no-excuse snacks for when you're running out the door. Snack number 11, a banana. It's the potassium superstar in its own natural, biodegradable packaging. It's mostly carbs, but its nutrient density makes it a far better choice than a candy bar for quick energy. To make it a true power pair, grab one of your pre-portioned bags of nuts to eat with it. Snack number 12 and 13. A small box of raisins or a pre-portioned bag of unsalted nuts. These are perfect to keep in your car or your bag for dietary emergencies. Snack number 14. A healthy granola bar. This requires you to be a label detective. So many bars are just candy in disguise. Turn it over. You want to see a whole grain like oats as the first ingredient. Look for at least 3 grams of fiber, and try to keep the added sugar below 8 grams. Snack number 15. Roasted chickpeas. You can buy these, but they are often very salty. It's incredibly easy to make your own at home for a fantastic, crunchy, salty tasting, salty snack. Category 4. Sweet tooth satisfiers. We all get cravings for something sweet. The key is to satisfy it intelligently. Snack number 16 and 17. Dates with an almond or frozen grapes. A couple of medjool dates stuffed with an almond provide natural, caramel-like sweetness and fiber. And frozen grapes are a revelation. They taste like little bites of sorbet. Both are fantastic, healthy ways to quiet a sugar craving. Snack number 18. A baked apple with cinnamon. Core an apple, sprinkle with cinnamon, and bake until tender. The heat brings out the apple's natural sugars, and the cinnamon adds a warm, sweet spice. It feels like dessert, but it's just a simple piece of fruit. Snack number 19. A small piece of dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate. Choose a high-quality dark chocolate that is 70% cacao or higher. It's lower in sugar and rich in heart-healthy flavonols. Bonus category: hydrating snacks. Sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. These snacks do double duty. Snack number 21 and 22. Watermelon cubes or cucumber slices. Both are over 90% water. They are incredibly refreshing, hydrating, and provide vitamins with very few calories. A perfect light snack for a hot day. So as you can see, the world of healthy snacking is vast, delicious, and anything but boring. Knowing what to eat is one thing. Setting up your life so you actually eat those things, especially when you're tired or stressed, is another challenge entirely. Think of it this way. Knowing how to drive a car is essential, but if the road ahead is full of potholes, obstacles, and tempting detours, you're still likely to get off track. This final chapter is about clearing the road. We are going to become choice architects. We will intentionally design an environment where the path to a healthy snack is smooth, clear, and effortless to follow. Here are 3 simple strategies to engineer your environment for success. Strategy number 1. Make the healthy choice the easy choice. Our first strategy is the most powerful. It's based on a simple truth about human nature. We are creatures of convenience. We almost always take the path of least resistance. And you need to understand that your willpower is a finite resource. Think of it like a muscle. It's strong in the morning, but after a long day of making decisions, paying bills, and dealing with life's little stresses, that muscle gets tired. Relying on sheer willpower at 3 p.m. to resist a cookie that's sitting right in front of you is a losing battle. The strategy isn't to have more willpower. It's to create a situation where you need less of it. Let's go back to David's kitchen. For years, he kept a big glass jar of cookies right on the kitchen counter. It was the first thing he saw when he walked in. So what do you think he reached for when he felt that afternoon slump? Of course, the cookies. They were visible, and they were easy. Susan made one simple, brilliant change. She didn't throw the cookies away that might have felt too restrictive. Instead, she moved the cookie jar to a high shelf in the pantry behind the cereal boxes. Out of sight, out of mind. Then, She took the beautiful fruit bowl that used to be hidden in a corner and made it the centerpiece of the kitchen counter. She filled it with fresh apples, bananas, and oranges. Next to it, she placed a clear glass jar filled with their pre-portioned bags of almonds. Now David's path of least resistance leads to an apple and a handful of nuts. Strategy number 2. The power of pre-portioning. Our second strategy tackles another enemy of healthy eating: mindless consumption. Have you ever sat down in front of the TV with a large bag of chips or nuts, only to look down 20 minutes later and find your hand hitting the bottom of the bag? You barely remember eating them, and you've just consumed hundreds of extra calories. This is autopilot eating. The only way to stop it is to create what psychologists call a pattern interrupt, a moment that forces you to stop and make a conscious choice. That's the power of pre-portioning. Never eat directly from a large container. Here's how to do it. Let's create what I call a snack bin for the week. Right after you get home from the grocery store, spend just 10 minutes on this. Take out your small reusable containers or baggies. Count out 15 to 20 almonds and put them in a bag. That's one portion. Put a quarter cup of low-sodium whole wheat crackers in another. Chop up your carrots and celery and put them in small containers with a bit of water to keep them crisp. Put this entire snack bin on a shelf in your pantry or fridge right at eye level. Now when you feel hungry, you don't have to think, you don't have to measure, you just grab one portion. Strategy number 3, mindful snacking. Our final strategy is about changing not just what you eat, but how you eat it. This is the practice of mindful snacking. Your brain and your gut are in constant communication. The process of feeling full doesn't just start when food hits your stomach. It starts with your senses. When you eat while distracted, watching TV, reading the news, you bypass all of these crucial signals. Your brain doesn't fully register the experience, so the satiety signals it sends out are much weaker. The antidote is simple. Instead of eating at your desk or on the couch, take your pre-portioned snack, put it on a small plate, sit at the table for just 5 minutes, and give it your full attention. Let's try it right now, a mini mindful snacking exercise. Take one single almond. First, just look at it. Notice its shape, its color, the texture of its skin. Now smell it. What do you notice? Now put it in your mouth, but don't chew it right away. Just notice how it feels. Finally, chew it slowly, and I mean slowly. Try to count to 20 chews. Notice how the flavor and texture change and develop. You will be amazed at how much more satisfying one single almond can be when you give it your full, undivided attention. This simple act tells your brain you have been fed. So let's put the old myth to rest. Snacking isn't cheating. It's a strategic tool to fuel your body, manage hunger, and meet your health goals. Remember the power pairing rule. Combine a fiber-rich carb with a healthy protein or fat. We've explored a world of over 20 delicious ideas, from fiber fill-ups like apples and hummus to protein power-ups like hard-boiled eggs and Greek yogurt. And we've learned the 3 critical strategies to engineer our environment for success: making the healthy choice the easy choice, the power of pre-portioning, and the profound satisfaction of mindful snacking. You are now equipped with a full encyclopedia of healthy snack ideas and the strategies to make them a successful part of your life. You can say goodbye to the 3 p.m. energy crash and the guilt of unhealthy choices. This isn't just about avoiding potato chips. This is about having the sustained energy to live your life with vitality. For seniors, stable energy isn't a luxury. It's the fuel you need to play with your grandkids, to enjoy your hobbies, to stay engaged and active in the world. A strategic snack isn't just about avoiding a cookie. It's about having the energy to live your life to the fullest. Think about David and Susan. Snacking is no longer a source of anxiety in their home. The cookie jar is gone from the counter. Instead, there's a bowl of fresh fruit. The 3 p.m. slump is now an opportunity for Susan to enjoy a mindful cup of tea with a few pre-portioned almonds, or for David to have a hard-boiled egg before he heads out to the garden. They've replaced a cycle of cravings and guilt with a rhythm of energy and intention. The Snackpedia we started today doesn't have to end here. It can grow with the collective wisdom of our amazing community, and that includes you. So here is your mission, should you choose to accept it. What is your favorite power pairing snack? Be specific. Is it a certain brand of low-sodium cracker with a specific topping? A unique fruit and nut combination you love? Share your amazing tips and recipes in the comments below. Let's build the ultimate community, Snackpedia, together. Your idea could be the perfect solution for someone else watching this video. If this guide has equipped and empowered you to take control of your snacking habits, please show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. It truly helps the channel reach and help more people. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Senior Health Lab and hit that notification bell. Thank you for joining us in the lab today. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy,